Hello all, just out on one of my rides with the wee man that is Leffy. Wanted to have a chat about something I read about this morning, which is quite concerning. It's to do with the main thing of knowing what your kids are watching, and not just glossing over it by asking them what they're doing and what they're watching, but actually researching behind it, because the latest one is about something called Huggy Wuggy. And I'm sure if your kid came home from school and said they were watching a cartoon about Huggy Wuggy, you probably wouldn't think any more about it, right? You'd probably think, yeah, sounds good. Huggy Wuggy is a character in Poppy Playtime, which is a game by an independent developer, and it basically involves a teddy bear with razor sharp teeth, like a shark, who likes to hug people to death and make songs about it, and says things like, "I want to hug you until your last breath. I want you to lean in for a spine-crushing embrace." There's lots of other scenarios, basically, that this has now turned into a cartoon that people have created, and a lot of the content is about it chasing people and bullying and murder and stuff. So not probably ideal for younger kids. I would say it's probably not ideal for older kids. One of the stories I read this morning, though, was actually a 3-year-old who had been sort of watching it as his 10 and 11-year-old sister and brother were watching it, and it got to the point where he had to have his windows and a lock put on his door and windows, because he one night tried to jump out his window because of Huggy Wuggy. Huggy Wuggy was coming to get him. So disturbing, at the very least. Something that's not being caught up by YouTube's filters for some reason, and it's also something that the people in the Roblox world have started to create characters based around Huggy Wuggy. So we've had this discussion in my other videos about Roblox and the fact that you're not just looking at what your child does there, but what other people within that community are creating and what they're putting out there. So I think that it's an even bigger time for parental controls and for having communication with your kid, and also just taking that interest in what it is they're doing, not just paying lip service to it. Interestingly, although YouTube doesn't pick it up, if you have already set up YouTube Kids, like we mentioned in my other video, then that is blocking this sort of content. So that's a good to know. But yeah, I was very concerned when I read this morning. I thought today's walk I would just put a bit of a video out there to highlight it. But if you want to read more into it, just Google, and you will find, as they say. So we're almost at the end of our walk now, but hopefully that's been of use to you. As I've mentioned before, I'm not on social media anymore, so if you could share and subscribe and get the message out there, and just make sure people are aware of Huggy Wuggy. Take care of yourselves. Bye.